There is a specific type of person who hears about a weekend party and immediately starts planning. They start planning their excuse right away, not because they are sad or depressed. And it is not because they suffer from intense social anxiety either. They do it simply because they genuinely, truly prefer to be alone. For a long time, society and psychologists have gotten this completely wrong. They assumed that anyone who wanted to be alone must have something wrong with them. They lumped everyone who enjoyed solitude into one big, negative category. It was as if enjoying your own company meant you were on the verge of becoming a villain.
That's what they think.
And maybe they're right. But recently, researchers discovered something absolutely fascinating about these people. In 2016, a team of psychologists decided to ask a very simple question. What if some people just prefer being alone, without any fear or damage? What if solitude actually makes them feel good and fully functional? They officially named this healthy preference unsociability to distinguish it. It is very different from being antisocial, which involves active hostility toward others. And it is different from avoidant behavior, which is driven entirely by fear. Unsociability is simply a calm, confident preference for your own company. And when scientists studied these unsociable individuals, they found amazing results. They were not just doing okay, they were actually doing exceptionally well. Let's look at what actually happens inside the brain of someone who loves solitude. First, their dopamine system, the brain's reward pathway, works differently. Extroverts get a massive hit of dopamine from busy social interactions. But people who prefer solitude have a much more sensitive dopamine system. They reach their optimal level of stimulation much faster than others. Think of it like spice tolerance. They only need a tiny bit to feel satisfied. But the brain differences go even deeper than just dopamine sensitivity. Their prefrontal cortex shows heightened activity when they are spending time alone. This is the part of the brain responsible for deep thinking and self-reflection. They are not just staring at walls. Their brains are highly active. Their minds are throwing a busy party of introspection and creative processing. Studies show that breakthrough ideas rarely happen in loud brainstorming sessions. Instead, great ideas happen in the shower or during quiet solo walks. They happen at 2 a.m. when you are the only one awake in the world. Albert Einstein did his most brilliant scientific work in complete solitude. One of history's greatest scientists also made his greatest discoveries while working entirely alone. Virginia Woolf wrote about the absolute necessity of having a room of one's own. But before you diagnose yourself, we must make an important distinction. Are you actively choosing solitude, or are you using it to hide? Some people use solitude as a protective shield against potential rejection. They use it to avoid the vulnerability that comes with human connection. This is where we need to be completely honest with ourselves. Psychologist Abraham Maslow explained that healthy solitude comes from abundance. It comes from a place of fullness, not from a place of scarcity. You enjoy being alone because you have experienced meaningful connections before. You know you can connect again, so you are not running away. The real question is not if you like being alone, but why. If your reasons involve words like recharge, create, or process, that is healthy. It means you are in a positive, restorative state of unsociability. But if it is about safety or avoiding pain, it is different. That is something worth exploring with self-exploration and honesty. Perhaps it is even worth a conversation with someone you truly trust. Now, let's look at how solitude actually improves your social life.
I'm so glad we're all here.
Me too, this feels great.
We're connected now.
They do not rely on a single person to meet all their needs. They do not cling out of desperation. They choose to connect. I needed this downtime.
Tell me more about your adventures.
It's been perfect. I feel great. When you are recharged and clear-headed, you show up better. You are not depleted, resentful, or looking to fill an emptiness. In Japan, there is a beautiful word for this. Hitori jikan. It reminds us that solitude is not a failure, but a superpower.